Hello everyone, I am Nagavelli Prasad working in TSWR Center of Excellence Karimnagar. Today I am going to explain you a part of human physiology, that is mechanism of breathing. My dear students, the mechanism of breathing involves in different steps. Before that our respiration, during our respiration there are 5 stages are involved. In that the first stage of respiration is breathing. Breathing is nothing but exchange of gases from the atmosphere to body. We inhale the gas into the lungs and we exhale the gas outside. This exchange of gases between atmosphere and human body is known as breathing. This is the first step in the respiration. And the second step in the respiration is diffusion of gases. Once the air enters into lungs from the outside, and once air enters into the lungs, that air has to diffuse from the alveoli to blood through the alveolar membrane. So blood capillaries are connected to lungs so that the gases has to diffuse from the alveoli to blood, known as diffusion of gases. This is the second stage or second step. And third one, transport of gases. Once the gas, oxygen from the lungs received by the blood, that has to be transported through the blood to the tissues, and from the tissues the carbon dioxide has to transport towards alveoli. This is called as transport of gases, the third step in the respiration. And the fourth step is diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide between capillaries. Once blood vessel reaches the tissues, where the blood capillary terminates at tissues, oxygen has to given to the tissues from the capillary, and the carbon dioxide has to receive from the tissues to the capillaries. So this is a diffusion of gas, exactly opposite phenomena at alveolar level and tissue level. So at alveolar level, what is happening? Oxygen is entering from alveoli to blood and carbon dioxide is going from blood to alveoli. But in tissues, from the capillaries, oxygen is entering into tissues and carbon dioxide is taking into capillary. So this is fourth. And last one, utilization of oxygen. Once oxygen reaches to the cells of each tissue, so that oxygen is combined with glucose and participate in cellular respiration, as we know that one. Okay. So in these 5 steps, today I am going to explain you breathing mechanism. What is first, which is the first one, first step of respiration. Just now I told you exchange of gases from atmosphere to lungs known as breathing. So how it will happen? As we have to know, first thing, air every time moves from higher pressure to lower pressure. That means respective of atmosphere environment, we have to create lower pressure in our thoracic cage or lungs so that air rushes inside. If lower pressure is created in lungs, so that air rushes inside. And to send out, you create the higher pressure so that air rushes outside. Every time we have to maintain this with the respective of atmosphere. Atmospheric pressure, how much it will be, forget. So you have to maintain lower pressure until and unless you not create a lower pressure in your lungs so that air cannot come into your body. So the process in which the air entering into lungs from the atmosphere to lungs known as inspiration, which is the first step in our breathing. Inspiration is a process in which air comes from atmosphere to lungs. So and air going out from the lungs to atmosphere known as expiration. This is the second step. Let us see how inspiration takes place in our body, how air can come inside. Just now I told you, by creating lower pressure. How we can create lower pressure? By increasing the volume of thoracic cage. When volume of thoracic cage is increased, so that lower pressure area is created. This area. So here you are seeing the volume of thoracic cage is increased. So in order to increase this one, obviously lungs also expand. So expansion or increase of value leads to lower pressure creation. So it creates lower pressure in this. So how we can expand? Now let us discuss how we can expand our thoracic cage. What is the mechanism? So there are two types of muscles helps in the expansion of thoracic cage. So one is phrenic muscles. So the muscles attached to diaphragm known as phrenic muscles. The muscles attached to diaphragm muscles are known as phrenic muscles. When phrenic muscles contract, so diaphragm lifted up, so that antero-posterior axis will increase. Antero-posterior axis when increases, so that this will become broad. The first thing. Second one, our ribs are attached with a specialized muscles known as costal muscles, which are outside external costal muscles. The contraction of external intercostal muscles helps in the dorsoventral axis expansion. So antero-posterior axis expansion, dorsoventral axis expansion at a time will take place, so that volume will be increased. The volume will be increased in the thoracic cage, leads to increase of the volume of lungs, so that lower pressure is created, so that air rushes inside. See, two types of muscles helps in the two ways. Phrenic muscles helps in the antero-posterior axis expansion, and external intercostal muscles helps in the dorsoventral expansion, so that volume of thoracic cage is increased. So it is an active process. Why? Because contraction of muscle is an active process. Right. Now, expiration obviously passive process, doesn't require energy. That means when phrenic muscle comes to normal position, contracted, then they have to come to normal position, obviously, any muscle. So when phrenic muscle come to the normal position, so the diaphragm goes to the normal position. And when even the external intercostal muscles relaxes, so that the ribs comes to the normal position. So expansion and leaving. So when they relax, so diaphragm come to the normal position, ribs come to the normal position, so that the volume of thoracic cage decreases. So the volume of thoracic cage decrease leads to increase of pressure within the thoracic cage. So this pressure in order to irrespective of atmosphere is more, so that air rushes outside. This process is known as expiration. Expiration doesn't require any movement of muscles. So muscles come to the normal position. That's enough. So that air can come outside. This is called as expiration. So expiration is a passive process. Clear? But whereas if you want to do forceful expiration, like forceful expiration is an active process. Remember how? For the forceful expiration, I am telling forceful expiration. This is normal expiration. If you want to forcefully send the air outside, like you require energy, you need to move two muscles. That in that first internal intercostal muscles, which are present inside the ribs. The ribs are attached with muscles are known as intercostal muscles, which are outside external, which are inside internal. You have to, in order to do forceful expiration, we need to contract internal intercostal muscles and lateral abdominal muscles. Lateral abdominal muscles and internal intercostal muscles contraction leads to forceful expiration. See, when you are doing forceful expiration, so abdomen is going deep, just to feel it. So forceful expiration is an active process. And permeate our breath, we breathe, an adult and healthy human breathe 12 to 16 times. Means inspiration and expiration together is 12 to 16 times. This is regarding human breathing mechanism. Thank you.